Vinny Caravella.
Alex, what is up?
I'll tell you what's up. World domination is up. It's big these days.
Always hot.
It's huge. Everyone loves it.
What is new in world domination?
Well, what will be new as of later this month is Civilization 6.
Oh, Civi.
Civi's
up.
6. This is a preview build of Civilization 6 that I've been messing around with for the last week.
Not finished,
but relatively complete. You can beat an entire game in this build. There are 10 of the 20 available civs at launch. A couple map types.
So what obviously is not in here?
10 of the civs are not in there yet. There's only one difficulty setting.
How many civs are there?
There's 20 total in the launch game.
The world's a big place.
Yes, it is.
There's no turn limit here.
Yes.
There is none.
There's no turn limit, but you don't get to see the ending movie if you when you win. So that's kind of a key thing. So we're gonna just start a new game here real quick, kind of go over some of the new, the civs that are in this build, and I'm going to load up a save I have that's a little bit later in a game.
Awesome. This is coming to PC.
Yes.
That is it.
Yeah. Also, there's only one difficulty level in this build, which is a relatively easy one. But so we're going to stick with this. We'll go standard map size. And these are the 10 that are in this build. So we have Frederick Barbarossa of Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Who's got some stuff here. We've got Harald Hardrada of Norway. Hojo Tokimune Japan. Mavemba Nzinga of Congo.
Congo, huh?
Pericles.
Yes. Congo new?
They've not been. I don't know if they were in the earlier ones, but they were not in Civ 5.
Okay.
Pericles for Greece.
Just coming back.
Yep. Philip II of Spain. Teddy Roosevelt for America.
Teddy was never America, was he?
No, it was always Lincoln or Washington, as far as I recall.
Okay.
Washington was the last one. Tamiris of Scythia.
Okay.
Trajan of Rome. Scythia, I don't know much about. They were a fairly ancient people.
Okay, I don't know.
I don't know what they have. I think they might have folded into. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not actually sure. And Victoria of England.
Okay.
Who do you want to pick for this? We're not going to go too deep with the new person here. I just want to kind of stir some stuff off.
Here's an easy one. We're in the States. Well, who's in your save later? Is it Teddy?
America, yeah.
Okay, so let's go someone else. Let's go with Scythia.
You want to Scythia? All right, let's do it.
Let's mispronounce it as much as we can, right?
Scythia.
Let's say it all the time.
All right, well, let's start a new game here and hear a little bit from our friend Sean Bean.
To the great beasts of the Stone Age. To man taking his first upright steps.
Their vocal audio mixes. Tough to hear Sean.
Yeah.
You paid for him. I understand you paid for probably the orchestra too.
Not final mix.
Yeah.
Towards the stars. All people will tremble with fear and respect for you, great warrior Queen Tamiris. For it is from the back of your stallion that you shall look upon and lead the Scythian people.
Scythian, okay.
Yeah, Scythian. I wasn't too far.
Yeah, you got it.
Horse warriors that ride forth from the steppe, and at the front line of every battle,
okay,
they will find you.
So maybe near Mongolia?
Or at least like Central Asia.
May your friends be
it sounds more like Central Asia.
as your enemies.
All right, here we go. All right, so
So Sean Bean is not playing.
no, he's your narrator.
He's the bigger. He's the god.
Yeah, he's the guy who tells you announces basically everything you do in the game. All right, so we've got our. This will obviously look familiar to anyone who's played Civ. You start the game, you've got a warrior unit, you've got yourself a settler. You just found your first city, so we're doing it
Right there.
and we're gonna start exploring the map a little bit. But while we're here,
Explorers have spotted another friendly tribal village.
so that has replaced the ancient ruins you would find before that would give you little bonuses early in the game.
I thought they had little villages as well.
No, there were not villages.
Interesting.
There were just the ruins.
So do you have options here, or they just give you?
You
a
go
boon?
there, they disappear from the map once you go there, but you get a little boost to something when you
so
go there.
they do not tithe. They do not do anything ongoing.
No, those are city-states, which are still in the game.
Okay.
So real quick, let's figure out what we can build. Right off the bat, there is now a default ranged unit. There did not used to be. You used to have to research archery to get an archer, but now you start with this slinger.
Almost all civs do, as far as you know.
Well, yes, every civ has access to this. You just have to build it.
Oh, a slinger?
Yeah.
Literally a slinger.
Yes.
Okay.
So I always start with the monument. That's just the way I like to go. First research. So they have split out two trees here. It used to be that all the techs and sort of civics were kind of built into you know, you would get I'm not explaining this well. So there was technology tree, and then there was the stuff you would get from culture.
Yes.
Those policies,
yes.
the civic policies. So those have been split out actually into 2 trees now. So there's now a technology tree and there's a civics tree.
They weren't before?
They were not. You didn't research civics. You just got them after a certain amount of culture.
Okay, so now you can actually.
Yes.
And these are things like, but previously you had to like go into anarchy when you were like researching a new system of government kind of thing.
Yes.
Is that what you're talking about?
So yes, this has actually been. So I'll show you here. So there's the civics tree, which gives you all these different elements of government, and you can actually basically these things are cards that you can basically play.
Like burn cards.
Yes, kind of. Well, no, but they stick with you for as long as you want that policy.
Inflammable cards.
Exactly. So researching code of laws. That's the first one everyone researches, and we'll move on to the next turn.
This is your open.
Yes. This
Monu law.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, what did I get? Your progress toward early empire. All right, so that's a civics thing I will get later.
Are your advisors, I saw they were voiced, were they the same in the American one or different
Yeah,
voices?
it was the same voice.
Okay. So should you be building another settler or
not just? I usually don't build a settler right out of the gate.
Okay.
And I mean, I'll show you like what a multi-city empire looks like on the next bit.
We have finally tracked the barbarian raiders plaguing these lands to their source.
All right, so we got a barbarian encampment up here.
Think you can take them?
I think I can take them.
Do they give you stats on like win lose?
Yeah. So if I go over here, oh hey, there's another village here. I should go there first. But just kind of looking at the map now here. So, some new stuff here, but all kind of the same basic functionality. Like you have your primary resources, which you use to both build things and maintain certain units.
Same
strategic resources.
Okay.
But then there's like more like luxury bonus resources too. Like Jade is a new one. Rice is a new one. But
those are new?
Yes. But they offer roughly the same function as like luxury resources.
Okay.
They're good to have, and you can trade them with other civs when you meet them.
Granted, you have research,
yes.
trading, and caravans.
All right, so I got some gold from that village there.
And then it's gone.
Well, yeah, the village is gone. Destroying the villages, that's
it's basically like a chest.
Yes. All right, we're going to cross the river here. We
It
found a great wonder.
Moving close to enemy units.
Turns out, Mount Kilimanjaro is not Wi-Fi enabled. So I had to spend 2 weeks in Tanzania talking to the people on my trip.
Nancy, come on.
Who's Nancy Bonds?
I actually don't know.
I need to know if that's real or they're like fake quoting. I mean, it's too silly to not be real, right?
Yeah, right. All right, so finding that natural wonder is giving me a boost toward astrology. So this is kind of the key thing you're doing throughout the game now, is your strategy for researching technologies and building things actually plays into your tech and civics trees. So, like, for instance, if I were to build, a first mine or something like that, that would give me a boost toward a certain technology. Or if I built a certain unit, that would give me research toward a certain type of a certain civic or something like that.
Okay.
So they give you little boosts over time.
They're just kind of like, you're on your way here.
Yes,
anyway.
and by doing this thing, you get advanced knowledge of this thing.
Okay.
Our city continues to prosper.
That's good.
That seems to be an actual quote.
Okay.
Which is good.
Who is this person?
Who
Who went to Mount Kilimanjaro, was mad about the Wi-Fi?
Well, I think it's she blogged it.
Uh-huh.
That wasn't the only thing I think she said.
But what if it was? All right, I'm going to fortify that unit. Let it heal up a little.
We have discovered a city-state.
Hell yeah, we have.
There are several...
No man ever wetted clay and then left it. As if there would be bricks by chance and fortune.
Also, it wasn't Wi-Fi
different
enabled.
types
Yep.
of city-states. And each may provide different benefits and...
Yeah, so basically what they're telling me is I've discovered my first city-state, the folks at Hattusa here. So the way you deal with city-states in this one is with envoys, which you earn over time. There's like a little influence meter up here, which builds up over time. And every time you do that, you get one, and then eventually more envoys that you can send. And you get these bonuses based on how many envoys you have sent to a specific city-state. So because I met this one for the first time, I get one envoy right out of the gate. They're giving me a little science. If I get 3, I get more science.
How do you send them?
And is what's that?
How do you how do you get more to go in?
There's this meter up here that just builds up over time.
Oh,
and
so
every
you
time
just-
you earn those like a full influence meter, you get more envoys to send.
Okay, so it's attached to another
Yeah.
rate. What's that influence meter up there? Like, how do you get that going?
That's a thing that you will get more access to with like different civics and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's just kind of builds over time.
Systems on systems.
Indeed. And in this case, the way you essentially become allies of the city-state is by becoming their, I'm probably going to mispronounce this, suzerain?
Okay.
In this case, I would need 3 to become their suzerain.
Okay.
And over here, what we have, just while I'm in this menu, here's the different types of victories you can have. Science is pretty straightforward. You earn as many technologies as you can. Eventually, you do the build a spaceship.
Okay.
In this case, it's build a Mars colony, which you need to build multiple pieces for.
Okay.
The culture victory, you just basically need to have total cultural domination over one using tourism and all that.
That's not. Oh, that's culture. That's not
Yeah.
diplomatic.
No. There is no diplomatic victory, at least not in this build.
You don't become like world leader or whatever.
No, it doesn't have that. There's the domination victory, which, capture all the capitals, and then there's religion, which is just get your religion dominant in every civilization.
Oh, interesting. Wait, isn't that like kind of similar to the culture ones?
Well, religion and culture, they're intertwined,
okay.
but not necessarily the exact same
Exclusive
thing.
Okay.
We will build, astrology. Why not? I almost got our monument built.
So again, this is on Prince difficulty, so not necessarily very aggressive. Oh, something's going down up there by the barbarians.
Yeah, so this city-state army is also attacking this this encampment, but I'm gonna take it.
So
I
do
think.
they give you? Okay, so those are the win-loss odds at the bottom.
Yeah.
When you hover over them.
Got him. We'll zoom in on that so you can kind of see. They're my dudes.
There you guys. Yeah.
Very, very brutish.
Well, cartoonier than.
Yeah, the whole look of the game is, I would say, a little bit more cartoony. That said, I like this map design where it's like, hey, I've seen this tile, but it's still kind of sepia-ed over.
Yeah.
But like all this, which I haven't seen yet, is just blocked off.
Sure. It's not quite like Civ Rev cartoony, but
No, but it feels like it's at least in the same, kind of, it's pulling from a similar style.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else is up to the
so
north.
you do not have Kilimanjaro. It's in somebody else's borders.
I don't think it's in anyone's borders yet.
Oh,
it's just sitting there.
Oh, sorry. I thought that river was a border.
No, that's just a river.
So go settle near it, right? You'll get something crazy if it's in your border.
Yeah, I kind of want to do a builder or a granary here first.
Okay.
That's another. So here's another thing about cities this time around. In addition to the usual thing of like putting your citizens in different spots to make sure that you get
Right.
full bonuses
Production.
on these tiles. You'll see more, I think, later when I start building actual districts. But what was the thing I was going to show?
Can you even assign workers?
What do you mean?
Like, can you put like 3 people on this tile to get more yield more corn or something?
You can only put, so the only thing you can stack citizens on is in districts. Otherwise, one citizen basically just gives you the maximum bonus for each tile that's either worked or not worked, as long as it's owned by your civilization. Oh, that was the thing I was going to say. There's other stuff to manage in here. So housing is a thing you have to keep track of. Your city will stop growing at the normal rate if you don't have enough housing in there, and a number of the buildings and other districts that you build will add housing to it.
Oh, wow. So you got like a population cap?
And amenities sort of decide whether your city is particularly desirable or not.
And that would attract people in for population?
Yes. And also, I think that also helps, that might also help attract great people.
And you had mentioned before, I can't remember if it was on the podcast, but it probably was, that the happiness rating is not necessarily surfaced here.
Yeah, I like, it used to be just kind of up here in this bar, but I have not seen anything that really indicated whether my people were happy or not in this build, which is a little strange.
Because you don't know if they're going to like revolt or...
I mean, so far I've played like 30 hours of this build, and nothing. I've had no revolts of people. Occasionally, I will have other world leaders step in and be like, "Hey, your people seem really happy," or "Boy, your people seem pissed." But I'm not sure where that surfaces, and maybe that's just something that isn't in this build, or maybe I just haven't found the menu where that shows.
Okay.
But it's not right there at the top.
We have recently gained advanced knowledge in city planning.
Okay.
Enacting new policies in our...
I don't believe in astrology. I'm a Sagittarius, and we're skeptical.
Oh, Arthur.
It is not wisdom, but
Okay, so we have our first civic done.
the law.
And this is
Yeah.
so here's how we build out our policies. So this is your first government is chiefdom no matter what. That's just how it starts.
You're the chief.
Eventually down the road, these are the different governments you can build, and each of these governments has its own collection of bonus types that you can basically pour stuff into.
I don't see a lot of negatives on these. Is
What-
it not like,
Well,
hey, you get this but minus happiness kind of thing?
Yeah, there's no direct negatives.
It definitely used to be like a push-pull on
Yeah.
things, right?
Well, so like in Civ 5, once the expansions had come along, you would eventually pick, autocracy, order, or freedom, which were like the three main government systems. Those came late in the game. And if other cultures had other government types that were more popular, you would get negative happiness from that.
Got you. So if you deviated from the norm or whatever.
Yeah. Here, that's not so much. It's more just about what policies you can enact and the number of policies you can enact.
Sure. It's almost just like bonuses, like you said earlier, like the cards and...
Exactly. So I'm going to give me this little bonus that makes it better when I fight barbarians, and I get one production in each city.
And you'd have to research to get further down
Yes.
this tech tree?
Yeah, more civics. All right. Our next research shall be... What do we got here? Animal husbandry. How about
Do you
that?
research districts or they come with population growth?
They come with... So yeah, there are population limits. Like you have to have a certain number of people in your city to have a certain number of districts. But off the bat, once you kind of get to a point, you can just start building your first districts like pretty
Okay.
early on.
I'm getting confused a bit between Civ and Endless Legend now, and what's new and what's been around. or
Yeah.
which one had what?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some stuff in here that feels like it's at least a little bit inspired by Endless Legend. Though I would say, more than anything else, like the big thing in this game is just about using your environment more smartly. A lot of districts need, in order to get like maximum bonuses, they need to be built in certain areas. You need to have like, a science district. You need to have a mountain nearby if you want to get the maximum bonus.
I remember you mentioning that, right?
Yeah, production, like it helps to have a river or other
Sure.
sort of, things like that.
And those are surfaced, those bonuses?
Yes, they are.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we got a barbarian scout up here. And another one up here.
Did you play much Endless Legend?
A little bit. I never got super into it. I think it's a good game. I think playing as much Civ as I did, another game that was sort of like that, but not the same, just didn't quite do it for me.
I think they even had like a tutorial that was like, hey, you Civ players, look at this tutorial.
Yeah.
And would run you down what's different. Their combat was interesting.
It was.
We have the opportunity to develop.
That's the positive aspect of trade, I suppose. The world gets stirred up together.
Imagine you were like Sean Bean and they just sent you a binder. Well, I guess they'd probably send you an email of quotes. And you're like, I'm going to knock out like 10 of these before lunch. When I went to Mount Kilimanjaro, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that sounds good.
You think
All
you
right.
just recorded these at home?
Oh, I hope they sent him a microphone, a pop screen, and like a recorder, and was like, "Dude, just you got this. There's no reason you have to spend a day and a half here."
Let's go early Empire. So we'll get a few more turns deep into this one, see if we can meet another Civ at least, and then I will bloat up the later save.
Okay. I mean, it's still turn-based civilization.
They have made a Civ game. They have made some generally smart alterations to the formula, but in general, this is very much the game that you know.
Do you feel like here's kind of a bigger question when they hit the next numbered civs? Do you feel like they disregard a lot of the stuff that they made in the expansion packs, or do you feel like they roll that stuff in? Like
Some of it definitely got rolled in, and there's a few things in here that I think are at least tied into some of the stuff from like Beyond Earth. But that said, I don't feel like there's definitely room for expansion here. I think, and we'll see how the final game shapes up, but it seems like this is like what the core content of the game is. I do think that there's probably some room for some expansions in here down the road.
Like I feel like in Civ games, and I think Endless Legend did this as well, like it always seems like an expansion at some point adds more diplomacy or espionage.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, well, why not just put that in from the jump? Maybe you got to prioritize with your game, you don't have enough time. But it always seems like that's the thing that comes with an expansion is like, Now you can do spies and espionage.
So the espionage system is in here, and it's pretty. I mean, it's not perfect, but I would say it's reasonably detailed.
Okay.
Like you can do more than just steal technologies now. Like you can steal money, you can sabotage projects. There's actually a fair variety of things you can do with espionage. You just don't learn it until much later in the game.
I was never big on that stuff anyway, so it wasn't always appealing to me. It just seemed like that was a feature set that seemed to come later.
Like scouts are unique.
All right, so we met another city-state. Where are the other civs? That's what I want to know.
How do you know how many are on this map?
It should be 8 because this is a standard-sized map. We'll send you south. Maybe there's someone south. Okay, so see, this is the first district I could build. And in fact, I will. I'm going to build a holy site.
And now are they color coding for...
So these are the tiles I can build this on.
How come you can build on that far out one? Oh, I'm sorry. How come you can build on any of these?
Well, these are all within my borders.
Yeah.
All of these are.
But how come the glowy ones?
Those are ones I could build on, but I don't own those tiles yet, so I'd have to buy them if I wanted to build it there right now.
And then the ones to the right here, are they telling you you'll get better bonuses if you build here? How come the ones to the left are not highlighted?
So these I can't build on. Just straight up, like the district is not available to be built on these tiles.
And it's because it doesn't contain the proper resource?
It doesn't have the thing that it needs.
This is corn or
whatever the case.
Okay.
So if I build it here, it will get rid of the woods here or the rice here, etc. And each of these, I will get 1 faith bonus because it's adjacent to these woods.
What's the exclamation point on that? Like one on the south.
This one, it just means I would get rid of the woods.
Oh, I see. Sorry, you mentioned that. Yeah. All right.
So I'm going to build it here. Because I'm going to need that for a science district later on.
And again, you could have just paid to expand your border.
I could have paid to
like
expand my border,
square,
but like this is a fine
hex.
enough spot for it. I got enough money. I'm going to build it. So here's another difference. There are no longer worker units. There are these builders, which are consumable units.
Oh, you're kidding. So you don't just put them on automate and let them run?
Nope. So to start, each builder has 3 specific builds it can do. And once it runs out, that unit is gone. You can get bonuses over time that will allow you to build more things with builders per builder. But at the start, it's only 3.
Can you just auto-gen builders when they run out? Can you make a thing that's like, okay, after this guy's done, make sure you build another builder to keep building? Do you have to build infrastructure and roads? Or is that included?
So there's a couple of things. Builders no longer build roads. That is done by traders. Like if you send a trade route anywhere, it will build a road to that place.
Oh, okay.
And later on, you research military engineers will let you build a road anywhere.
Do you plan where that goes?
You can tell it where to build.
Okay.
And the key difference is that in the previous game, cities would lose some stats if they weren't connected via a road. That's not the case anymore.
Okay.
So if you have cities that don't have a road, yeah, they're harder to get to, but like it's not as much of a penalty for not having that.
Okay, so what things can a builder build?
They can improve tiles. So and the thing is, it doesn't take time for them to build things anymore.
Wow. You just do it.
You just do it. So I just built a pasture here.
So it's just 1 per turn?
1 per turn.
And you can move and then build if you need to?
Yep. As long as it's within 2 tiles. That's
a weird mechanic.
Yeah, it's different. I don't know if I like it better.
Like, would you rather just right-click on the hex?
Oh, there we go.
Met
our friend from the Congo.
Like, wouldn't you just rather right-click on the hex and then just click upgrade?
Yes.
And then I'm trying to think of what the appeal is of having to build a unit to do it.
Well, I think what it does is it keeps basically it prevents you from just improving everything instantly. Like it forces you to constantly be funneling resources into improvement.
Right, I guess it does. Yeah, it just kind of seems like, I don't know, leashing me a bit, but maybe it makes sense.
All right, we'll get to like turn 30 and then we'll load up the other save.
I mean, I guess all of this stuff is like behind some justification.
Yes. All right, we can build a quarry. And see, that has given me a boost toward masonry down the road.
And then one of them disappeared.
See, I got a little quarry down here.
He
I got my little pasture.
himself for the quarry. I mean, I like the graphic. Hey, the graphics are never necessarily a Civ's most mind-blowing feature, but I like the way this looks.
Yeah, and you know, I would say I had a little trouble running it at full settings at home. Admittedly, I don't have the most recent processor, though I have a pretty decent graphics card. But on this PC here at work, I've had no issues with it.
And you've got like a 970 or something at home, right?
Yes.
Graphics.
Yeah, and this, like I said, it works fine. It's just it sounds like my like a jet engine is taking off sometimes when I'm running this on higher settings.
When I had Civ 4 or 5. At some point I had to like zoom the map all the way out when it was the computer's turn. Otherwise, it would just crawl if it tried to animate any of the other players. How far out can you zoom here? Do you get like the big cloud layer?
That's about as far as I can go.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Ever?
Yeah, I mean this is about as far as it zooms out.
Really?
That's about how it was.
Okay.
Yeah, it's maybe even a little further than it was.
I feel like there was one Civ where like you zoom out and there's like you see like clouds and stuff and then kind of zoom back in.
All right.
What does he want? He wants to trade?
So if you want to try and establish a relationship with new civs, it's good to, welcome their delegations.
Yeah.
You can also, I don't know if you can do it yet, but you can eventually, yes, I can send a delegation that costs 25 gold, but it helps improve your relationship with other civs.
And so you haven't researched trade yet?
I have, so I can build like trade units. Like I can,
you can
send
already.
Yeah, I have that ability now.
So you can start and just do it.
Not right out of the gate, but like pretty early.
And then you'll have a caravan.
So
going
right now
forth?
I'm 0 of 1 available trade units. I should build one at some point.
Okay.
Yeah, next turn, and this will be the last turn I think with this.
And they are physical units that can be attacked.
Yes, they can be destroyed.
This military unit has proven themselves.
So we can upgrade our unit. And so there's now an upgrade tree for units, which is something that was in Beyond Earth. Before, it was just kind of like, you can advance them in technology as you earn tech. Here, it's like... and you could definitely get bonuses, but here this is a little bit more of a specific tech tree, so it's like you can decide which kind of bonuses you want.
Sounds a little more like offense, defense.
Yeah, so in this case, it's always good to have some good defense.
Can you automate all that if you wanted to? If I didn't want to like have to deal with promotions?
I'm not sure if that's an automatable thing. I don't think it is.
Like, can you automate your scouts and warriors to just search the map?
You can do that. You can definitely tell them to auto-discover.
Okay.
Like, here is the automated exploration if I want.
Okay.
I always prefer a little bit more of a hands-on approach for that stuff, but...
Well, especially in the beginning, right?
Yeah, because the AI sometimes will just go in dumb places. All right, so we're now going to load an older, or a more recent...
Okay.
Like, I'm about 200 turns deep in this game as America, and
some
so
stuff has happened.
You'll see some stuff.
From the first stirrings of life beneath water to the great beast.
Look at that jovial man.
Yeah.
His giant mustache.
Oh, so happy.
Taking his first upright steps.
Where's this going, Sean?
Have come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars. And so it is upon
There we go.
Dramatic pause.
to charge forth and lead your people on their great adventure.
All right, let's continue our game.
Okay.
Now,
let's zoom in here. Let's go look in New York.
all right, so my main city is Washington. So as you can see
That's a
here, there's a lot
giant
going on here. So let's talk about what's going on in Washington.
Let's talk about the fact that you've got a coliseum next to like skyscrapers.
So here's the city details. I've got all sorts of stuff. I've got my city center, which these are the buildings I've built over time that go in the city itself.
Okay.
I've also got these districts. I've got this campus up here, which has a library and a university. I've got an entertainment complex over here, which has an arena.
Wait. Oh, okay. Sorry. It's an aqueduct, not a roller coaster.
I have an aqueduct.
Okay.
I have this industrial zone, which I've started building out in my commercial hub all around here. I've got these wonders. I've got the hanging gardens right here.
Congratulations. I think I saw you build those when you were playing.
I've got the great library, which I believe is up here.
Washington's a kick-ass city.
Yep. And I've got the Colosseum, Roman Colosseum.
It counts as a wonder?
Yep.
So, time period-wise,
yes.
There are no anachronisms going on there? Are the houses and the traders and everybody about the same thing? If you zoom back in again to Washington, like these are not actually skyscrapers. These are just tall
buildings.
houses because you're guys riding a cart with a camel.
Yes.
But
We have not reached the industrial age yet.
Okay.
I mean, it's only year 1390, and I'm tech-wise. Here, I'll show you where I'm at with the tech tree.
Do you have planes?
I don't have planes yet. So here's where I'm at. I'm kind of at the square rigging, siege tactics, printing stage.
Okay.
Not so much, you know.
You're getting there.
I'm getting close.
Yeah, industrial era is literally the next one.
And civics wise, you know, I'm pretty deep in here. My current government, if I can show that, that should be in here somewhere, right? Government, there we go. So I am running a monarchy
with old Teddy.
Yep. And I could also switch to Merchant Republic or Theocracy. There's no real negative to switching. But also right now it would cost me money, whereas if later on I could just do it at a specific point. I also have a couple of wonders being built, so you'll get to see what happens when a wonder gets built, hopefully in the next few turns here.
Oh, that guy's coming.
Yep.
Not going.
So I've kind of built about this far. There's a little more space out here on this map.
Did you lose Toronto, or Toronto was never part of your...
Toronto was never part of mine. That was just a city-state.
Okay. Can you zoom out anymore, or it's the same level of zoom as it was?
Yeah, same level.
Wow. I don't know. It seems like a lot to have to scroll around.
Yeah. It's a fair amount. All right, so I got a builder over here. I gotta figure out where this trade route's gonna go. So here's all the cities that I could send my trade route to.
Is there a search?
No, but
intense.
it's just a list. And I just kind of want whatever I think is going to be the most beneficial. Athens Sparta. There we go. Yeah, that seems like a good route. So we're going to do that.
I like the, if you scroll down back to like Sparta, what they do with the like almost watercolory
the
drawing.
map style.
Yeah, I really like that.
Yep.
That's the last thing you saw there.
Yeah, so as long as you've been to this, so it'll tell you what's in this area,
but it's not updating it.
It's
right?
not updating.
So
it
like
as far
when
as
you
I know.
go there, they could have.
I think as long as you have
spaceships.
some knowledge of the area, you'll know when new zones get built. But that's kind of it.
That's cool. I like the way that looks.
Yeah. If we can make it through the next 5 or 6 turns, we'll see 2 different wonders get built.
Cool.
Right now, my relationships are not super great. I was at war with both Philip and the Congo recently.
Did you research firearms?
Greece is pissed because I settled in this area, and right now Harold and I are besties.
Okay. Wait, does he just have a little empire? Who's the smallest empire now?
Let's see. By space, I think the smallest is Harold. Though he's got some.
Yeah.
He's got some territory. We're all actually pretty good. Spain's been building all along the coast here, which was pissing me off. I finally got my first coastal city up here.
But you're missing some folks, right?
What do you mean?
That you only have 4 or 5 civs on the map at this point?
Yes, that's just this continent. I haven't even been to the other continent yet.
Okay.
Because again, I just got my first coastal city, so I haven't even been able to build boats yet.
Okay, and you said no planes yet.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
see if we can get to
turn
these
away.
wonders.
You can. I'm sure there's a setting, because there usually is, right, to skip animations on AI turns.
I believe you can. Yeah. All right. I actually don't need you here. So another thing you can do with city-states, which I was doing to deal with some barbarians earlier, is you can levy their military when when they are your ally. You pay a little money, and they basically give you access to their military units for 30 turns.
How many units do you got?
Well, it just depends on what they have. If it's a military-heavy city, then they might have a bunch of units. If it's not, then they may just have like 1 warrior unit.
Can you bring them into the fold?
You can't buy them outright unless you take over, like if you dominate or military take over the city-state.
But you can do that.
You can do that,
Okay.
but if you want to stay diplomatic, that's not necessarily the best route.
Not diplomatic with whom? Oh, the other civs.
Yeah, because
won't
sometimes
like it?
there are benefits you get from being suzerain of the different city-states. Like you get bonuses from that, which you wouldn't get if you just owned the city.
Gotcha.
I'm just gonna have that hang out there. 2 more turns. I will say this game seems a little snappier as far as the turn stuff goes than 5. 5, especially late in the game, could get real bogged down. You'll get some longer turns toward the end of the game, but it doesn't feel quite as sluggish as 5 could be late.
Right. I mean, I'm sure on a big map, obviously,
Yeah.
the bigger.
All right, what can we? Oh, we need to build something in New York. What do we want to build?
A factory. Oh, these are districts?
Yeah, those are the districts. And I could build another wonder. I don't really feel like building the terracotta. I'll just build another factory.
Do you wind up running out of areas to put districts in?
Yeah, so it's not great idea to try and build every district in every city. You really should focus on what the terrain is and what bonuses you'll get from building in those areas. Or if you're trying to get toward a certain victory condition, maybe just build campuses everywhere if you want the science victory. Oh, here we go. Mont Saint Michel.
Are all one at Mont Saint Michel.
More Sean Bean.
The business of all is to fight, each in his own way, or to stand guard for each other.
So yeah, you get to see it built up, and as you're taking turns, you'll see these little that will happen from turn to turn, like each little step in the building.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like you'll see a little bit more of it built each turn. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
You don't know. I suspect it doesn't do this, but
first Hephaestus makes a great and massive shield, and he forged on the shield 2 noble cities.
Great.
I just have that now.
So over time, when you hit the industrial age, these things do not turn to ruin, right?
No.
You do not then have the ruins of a...
No.
Okay. Colosseum stays active?
Stays active.
All right.
It's a very popular place.
I like that they have the roof on the Colosseum.
Yeah.
So it was a cool little touch.
I don't have... What do I need? You think I should build an encampment, huh?
That's what your advisor's saying?
I'm going to build a holy site. This is Boston. Yeah.
Do cities collide on each other when you start expanding like this? Do they overlap?
They don't overlap. But there's definitely if you're close enough. Oh man, they built another fucking thing over here. God damn it.
So you don't have to build within your area of influence?
What do you mean?
You can settle a city wherever you want?
Anywhere you want, as long as it's not within 2 or 3 tiles of another city.
Has that always been like that?
Yes.
Oh boy, I thought there was a line of influence or an area that you had to build within.
Not in 5.
So many civs.
Yeah.
I found my Civ 1 or 2 manual, hardbound manual at home.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just peeking through it. Man, that thing is a tome. Actually, it might have been a strategy guide.
I mean, what's the difference, really?
I don't know. Well, one you pay for. I don't know where
fair.
I got it.
Oh, you're going to pay for it, all right.
You have another wonder almost being built?
Yep.
Can you just pay your way into it?
No, but it's fine. It's 1 turn away from being done.
Can you not pay to complete
No,
wonders?
the thing you can pay for is improving tiles, creating builders, etc.
Wait, that's new then, right? Because I thought you used to be able to pay to complete a project.
Not in 5. You could. So if you had a great engineer, like a great person, you could use them to speed through the process of building any project, including wonders. But that's not. So great people have also been kind of split out into different duties this time around as well. They don't always just do the exact same thing.
But they still have them.
They still have them.
And you can't pay to complete a unit, or can you do that?
You can pay to complete a unit, and you can pay to build certain buildings, but not wonders.
Okay.
Improve health. The pen might not be mightier than the sword.
I got all sorts of shit going on here. Terry Pratchett quote.
Heavier than the siege weapon. Just a few words can change everything.
All right, so I'm kind of flush with wonders at the moment.
You are a wondrous city.
Indeed.
Where do you rank?
Let's see.
Wait. Is that a lucha deer?
What?
Next to Teddy Roosevelt's icon?
No, that's a deer.
Okay, just a regular.
That's a regular deer.
All right.
So I'm leading in the science victory. I have 4 more techs than the nearest one. I'm second place in culture. I am very far behind on domination because I don't build a lot of military personally, and I'm not even trying with religion at this point because it's just not worth it.
All right, so you'd be going for the science victory.
And if Spain starts getting too close to that religious victory, I may just annihilate them. We'll see.
I would like to see if you can make it, if it won't take too long, and you tell me, will you be able to cross the line into the industrial era? It looked like you were about to hit the next segment of that tech tree.
Let's see. We'll see if we get there.
I'd like to see if the tiles change.
Let's get some walls up here. And then I got some envoys here, so let's see. Yeah, I can boost my status with villainous here.
I am villainous. I always hate playing these games and somebody just beats you to a wonder.
Yeah,
Man.
that sucks.
Wait, was that
So they just built a new district over here.
Okay, I thought a meteor crashed.
Let's see. How am I doing for money? Okay.
So where is your like research bar for when you're
right up
you'll
here.
Get your next tech?
So
okay.
I'm 4 turns away on economics here, and 1 turn away on learning humanism. Which will be useful for my.
And this is based on the aggregate research of all your towns.
Yes,
your
it's
cities?
the total amount of culture I'm churning out.
For the humanism.
Yes, because that's the thing I'm focused on right now.
Okay.
All right, so let's see what policies we've got. Oh, I've got all sorts to choose from here.
Jeez, that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot. Okay, so I could dump this into great engineers or great artists. Right now, I'm feeling pretty good about the setup I've got, so I'm gonna stick with it. What do we got here? I'm only 5 away from the Enlightenment, so let's do that.
And then on the economics, that's based off what, science?
Yeah, that's a scientific research.
And you cannot buy your way out of that stuff either.
No, the only thing you can do is buy things that would
speed it up.
What do we got here? What's happening? Is he declaring war? That feels like something he might do.
No, I think he's saying
I don't know.
I don't know.
He's declared war on me for no good reason before, so I'm just a little wary of that. Let's see. What do we need up here? Probably use a builder up here and help this city along a little bit. Let's see. Do I have enough for... Yeah, I do. Build, baby. So I got some fish out here. So there's no work boats now. You just send a builder out to the water, and they will just build boats out there.
Okay. That seems streamlined.
Yeah.
Again, difference between just right-clicking on that fish and upgrading that tile.
Yeah,
but
it's just a difference of units more than anything else.
Some
You and I combine
Lord of the Rings ass music going on.
A little bit. It's the we are like carting through the Shire
Totally.
soundtrack. Yeah, this is some Shire ass fucking. What is that? An oboe clarinet? What do we got here? Oh, flight is within reach.
Aha.
Do you want flight?
Open the tech tree because you'll see. There's that line. You see that line right there, the industrial era.
Yeah.
In the background.
So I need cartography if I'm going to get that.
Whatever gets you across that line.
So you want industrialization?
That's
what you're after.
Well, right. You see the background graphic of industrial era. I'm curious to see. And then you see it right there.
I think if I just build out these different techs, I'll get there.
And then as soon as you research that tech, I'm wondering if the whatchamacallit, the graphics will change.
Here, let's try researching military science because that's one that's in the industrial era.
Yeah.
What do I need to get that? I'm 1 away. Siege tactics. Okay. So let's do that real fast. How are we doing on time here?
I don't know. Let's see how many turns it'll take.
Okay. So siege tactics is 9 turns.
Okay.
And then I think it was like 5 for the next thing after that.
Let's see. Just click next. See if you can turn off the animation on the AI if that's actually an option.
Okay. Let's see here. Quick movement.
Auto and turn. You probably don't want that, right?
No. Quick combat, quick movement. Turner disables achievements. Advisor. No saves.
Yeah, it is on graphics? No.
I mean, if you do the quick, I think that turns some of that stuff off.
Oh, like quick movement?
Yeah.
Yeah, try that. See what that looks like. I wonder if it'll just speed it up.
Well, the thing is, I'm not moving at all right now.
But maybe it's their movement as well, and you don't have to see it?
All right, let's try it.
And just put quick combat on.
Yeah.
I'd like to see if there's a difference.
That's fair. Yeah, let's build a thing.
I sacrificed myself for this.
For this lumber mill.
There you go.
That speeds it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Can I build or can I buy a tile anywhere around here? No, I don't have the money yet. It's fine. Yeah, build a shrine. Yeah, go get them, go get those fish.
Did you ever wind up turning that stuff off later in the game?
I don't.
You keep
I
it
kind of
on?
like it, personally. All right.
Whatever is
I can
contrary
attack
to
from
nature
there.
is contrary.
I don't think I need any of that right now. I'm good. Thank you, though. What was I going to do? Oh, right. I was going to attack that guy.
So I don't think you're researching a Civic now, right?
Not currently. Yeah, opera and ballet.
Sure. So, if you wanted to, could you go city by city or an overall theme of more science?
Yes.
Is there
Because,
a way
like, for
to-
instance, with Washington, I have 2 wonders that are dedicated to science, and I have a pretty built-out science campus.
But can you change that if you wanted to within Washington right now by assigning workers places?
Yes, so I could change where my citizens are focused.
Okay.
But right now, it makes the most sense to have them doing that.
And so could you do that on a bigger scale and say, hey, on all my cities, I want you to focus on science or culture or whatever?
I mean, it's better to go through it, I find, one by one and just say, like, I mean, you can go in here, you can say, I want you to focus on this. I just hit
okay,
this
it's easy
checkbox and
enough.
it does that.
Great.
But I prefer to, personally, to
Assign.
just do it one by one because I find it just a little bit, it tends to be a little more accurate.
Okay. Look at that boat.
Yep.
Wait, that's a boat.
Yep.
Uh,
Let's see.
That boat have an engine?
Might have had an engine. How am I doing with housing? I'm all right there. Yeah, let's build a factory.
Have you received movies when you enter a new age?
I haven't seen any real big movies yet. I think you do get something when depending on the victory condition.
Well, he's not.
Oh, he's
happy.
announcing me. Yeah, nice hat, dude. Pericles.
He denounced you. Never want that to happen.
Okay, so yeah, let's build a factory. It's good to have. More production is always good. I am somewhat nothing if not production obsessed when it comes to these games. Forbidden City, River Valley, Terracotta Army.
That terracotta army is cheap.
It is, but I don't know. I'd have to undo one of these. I don't really want to do that. Can I do the Forbidden City? Is that one I can do without destroying stuff? No. Yeah. I mean, none of this is going to matter anyway, so it's not like I'm saving this game. All right. Only 5 more turns on siege tactics,
Yeah.
and then 5 more, I think, on the next one. That'll be
Okay.
it. Can I purchase a tile? Yes, I can. All right, so what's your food issue? Did I not just build? I thought I built some. Oh, I think I might have screwed up.
Okay.
So you can also harvest resources instead of
Exploit them?
building on them. So I think I may have actually accidentally harvested the fish instead of building a fishing boat there.
So is that like a one-time thing?
Yeah, so you get a big food bonus there,
But you can't use it
but you
anymore.
can't use it anymore.
Okay. Well, that's good if you're going to sacrifice a tile for a district, right?
Yes. Yes, it is good. But in this case, it would have been better to have that fishing boat. So, hey, my bad.
That's good to know, though.
Yep. Especially considering everyone Charleston's going to starve now.
You did what?
You.
I caught all the fish. All of them. You idiot. Sean Bean's going to talk to you now.
I mean, to be fair, Sean Bean will probably his character will have died before we ever get to that point.
Sean Bean didn't make it back, sir.
I think this might be one of the few things where he doesn't die in.
I don't know.
His role as narrator in Civ does not put him in mortal danger.
Maybe he's like at the launch pad during the like ship going to space.
All right, one more turn. Ah, I'm at Japan.
我は日本国の武士道の信仰者北条時宗
Hey. He has given you the gift of Shenmue.
Would you like to sample our hospitality? He would. Hooray.
The lowest is to attack a city.
You did it.
Siege of a city is only done as a last resort. Opera is when a guy gets stabbed in the back and, instead of bleeding, he sings.
Not wrong. What do we got here? Culture yield from thinning. Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine. All right. What was it?
Military
science. There we go.
All right.
See if that does it for us. Yeah, you need food. So let's get you a granary right now.
I think your tile set may have changed already.
What do you mean?
You look pretty industrialized.
Yeah, well, let's just see how this goes.
Definitely. If you get a chance, zoom back in on Washington for a sec so we can get a good snapshot of what we're looking at.
Let's do it.
Okay, so that guy's the trader's still in a cart.
Yep.
Still got that mine car. Okay, maybe it is still the same. Still have an aqueduct, so obviously no plumbing yet.
Yeah.
Or
well, the aqueduct never goes away.
Was that a wonder?
No, it's just a district. It's a thing you build.
If you got cars and stuff and that thing doesn't change into a water tank.
It stays an aqueduct.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, aqueducts are cool and all.
Yeah, they are. They're good to have.
It'd be kind of sweet if there was like an actual aqueduct from San Francisco to L.A. instead of those big pipes along the grapevine. Some things never change. Aqueducts.
Oh, we got
I like the soundtrack. Even
got some barbarians in our territory. Not having that.
You still, I assume, garrison troops and stuff.
Yep, that's what I have there. I had a pikeman unit hanging out in the city, so I just took those dudes out. Their envoy. All right, that'll get us back in with Lisbon.
I wonder if this music will change. Oh boy, did you just research communism? What happened?
No. It's just the way that went. Let's see if we can. Let's just.
Oh, Teddy, what have you become?
Monarchist Teddy.
We are, by the grace of God, Victoria, Queen of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland, and soon, dare I say, the Empire.
Saucy Queen.
I like their animations.
Yeah.
They look better than they have.
They definitely went more cartoony again this time around, but I think there's a lot of personality in it.
Yeah, it's more expressive. With this big stick, we will take over the world. I hope you get some like real industrial music when this flips over. I might be.
We'll see if it does. I might need more text than this to actually pull that out. But let's see. They want jade. They'll give me furs. So I will say the one thing I've noticed is that trading, at least on this difficulty, seems a little imbalanced in the player's favor.
Like they're giving you too much.
They're willing to give you a little too
Bad
much
deals.
in most deals. Yeah. So I've ended up with like way more money than I probably should because they are like, no, you just take this.
Like, oh, okay. All right, one more turn. Where's Washington? There it is. Let's zoom in there. We're about to hit it. I hear electricity.
No one starts a war, or rather, no.
Yeah. All right. I didn't get the big industrial thing, so I think maybe I'm not there yet.
Oh, do you get a thing?
There's usually a thing that's like you have entered this era.
Okay, so maybe you need a couple more.
Let's just try flight.
Sure. I mean, that seems like a pretty big leap.
Yeah. Housing's a little rough there, so we'll add a sewer system. Yeah, you hang out. Yeah, all right, 7 turns. We can do that.
Do you have gunpowder yet?
So I have the research done for like I can build those units, but I don't have the resource necessary to build the units.
Oh, like you don't have saltpeter
I
or whatever?
need niter. Yeah.
Okay.
And there's no niter in my area, so
bummer.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'd have to trade for it. And unless he has some, him being the only person who is like, oh, I can build an embassy now. Cool.
Sure. What are you guys going to use this niter for? I mean, we're just sitting on it.
Let's make a deal. Let's see if he has any. I don't think he has any. He's got marble, but I got marble. I don't need that. Yeah. Never mind. Later, dude.
I just like how it tastes.
Yeah.
This guy really doesn't like you, huh?
Well, I am kind of right on his border. Like, I've kind of forced him to stay on this coast because anytime he tries to build inward, I have cities here. So I imagine he's not real happy about that.
He's on your border.
If we make it another 7 turns, I got another wonder. So maybe that's how we'll close this out. That sounds like a good way to finish
At the end of this 7 turns or another
this 7? The current, if I manage 7 turns
Yeah.
and no one else builds this wonder, I'll have it.
The race is on.
It was one I wasn't actually expecting to get because it was going to take a while.
But here we are.
But here we are.
Is that your trader? Or somebody else's?
That one is mine.
Okay.
All right, you need some food, so we have a watermill.
Yeah, you filled out. Let's see. I think you're just missing 1 civ on the map if there are actually 8.
Let's see, can I build a establish resident embassy? That'll tell me where their capital is. Okay, let's do the same with the nice folks in England. Cool.
She looks a little worried.
Yeah. All right, so they're all the way over here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they're on this other continent.
Jeez.
There's Kyoto.
Wow. So they've obviously have navigation and
yeah, so they obviously have been
seafaring
focusing much more on getting around the oceans than I have. I haven't even built a boat yet.
I mean, you're about to build.
Having seen a non-market economy, I suddenly understood much better.
You're about to build a plane.
Yes, or at least I will have the tech to do so. Starting to... Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the bonuses I have right now. Colonialism. Yeah, that's...
Are you going to run out of those soon?
So the thing is, not soon.
Okay.
But toward the end of the game, I did find in my first game that I played all the way through, it got a little tedious because I was going for tech victory, and I'd already researched all the techs long before I got to the victory condition.
You mean the civs or the techs?
The techs.
Oh, then how do you not win the tech victory if you have
Because
all the
you
techs?
still have to build the units to build
you
your
did
Mars
it.
colony.
There it is.
If you can walk away from a landing, it's a good landing. If you use the airplane the next day, it's an outstanding landing.
Good old Chucky Yeager.
You got factories and smokestacks and stuff.
Yep. There we go. Check it out. Look at all the glass-ass buildings.
Very cool. Okay, great. So
and it's only 1610.
Hey, you're making good progress.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Doesn't really matter. All right. I just want to see if we get this last wonder here, which is 2 turns away, and then we'll call this.
So I wonder if your trader upgraded to a car. Can you find him on the...
I'll see if I can find him on the next road.
Dangerous waters in the face of England and her loyal colonies.
Are you just being saucy? What's your deal?
I don't know. Are you
There's definitely like
somewhere?
a pensive look going on there. Let's see. Oh, yeah. No, I'm still a cart right now.
You are? Okay.
Yeah. I might need to like learn combustion before that'll happen, before that changeover takes place. All right, one more turn. So I'll say I've been having a lot of fun with this.
Yeah.
There's a couple of quirks about it I don't necessarily like as much as Civ 5, but I think most of the advancements they made are smart, and I like the way that they force you to use the map intelligently.
And the presentation seems really solid.
Yes.
As if I was stepping onto the roof.
Something inviting about it.
Yeah.
Onto some dimension of consciousness.
It's a nice little spot.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. All right. Well, thanks, Alex. This is not finished yet.
Yeah, so this, like I said, this is the preview build they sent, which I'm going to keep messing around with until they send final code for the game. But, it's out later this month. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the final game looks like.
All right. Thanks again.
Thank you.